Virgo, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Virgo Tarot love reading. In this Virgo reading today, we are going to take a behind-the-scenes peek at your romantic person of interest here in March 2024. See what's going on with them, see if there's anything your attention or your awareness might need to be brought to about this person. That way you can best navigate the situation you're finding yourself in with them. To do that, I'm going to get 5 cards to represent your person's energy here in March 2024. Then I'm going to clarify it all with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on with this person you're romantically connected to. So let's get on with this Virgo love reading today, and let's start by getting 5 cards for what's going on with Virgo's romantic person of interest in March 2024, please. Let's get one more here. What's going on with Virgo's person? What does their attention and awareness be brought to? Thanks. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading, 4 of Wands. This is Aries energy. 4s are about stability. This is stability of the home life, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. These 4 wands do represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. This card is usually a celebration of the home or the family, or a celebration of the thing that your person has been trying to manifest actually appearing and stabilizing in the physical 3D reality. So this is usually like, hey, this thing that I've been wanting and I've been waiting on it to get here, it's arrived. Right behind that 4 of Wands, we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy of work. This is putting in the work, time, effort, and energy on something to get what they want, or at the very least, having the willingness to put in that work, time, effort, and energy. Oh, snap. This is looking weird already. 5 of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. 5s are conflict. So this can be a conflict in their thinking. It can also be a conflict in communication, as in like a fight, an argument, bitter words being spoken, words being used like weapons, tongues being used like swords to cut. A lot of times this will be a betrayal type of an energy here. It can even sometimes be like a person who has this winning at all cost mentality. Like, I'm going to get what I want, and no matter what happens, collateral damage is fine with me. If you get hurt in the process, that's fine with me, as long as I get what I want. This might be like something that's, yeah, right behind that betrayal, I have the Knight of Wands. This is very fast-moving energy. This is like rushing forward and taking some rapid, passionate action on something that they have a lot of passion and desire for. A lot of times this will get referred to as the player of the tarot deck. It can be that real wishy-washy bullshit, in and out, back and forth kind of an energy of someone who's like rushing in and telling you everything you want to hear all passionately just to get what they want, and then they go somewhere else and do the same bit there, get what they want there, and play both sides of the fence, so to speak. Sometimes this can just represent a person who is like gung-ho about something at first. Like, they say they want something and they're taking all this rapid action to try and get the thing that they want, but then something happens and they pull back and kind of go a different direction. So it can be like a non-committal kind of an energy, in the sense of it's a person who can't stay fully committed to what they say they want. Looks like we might have had something happen in the past, and now we've got somebody trying to return to stability and being able to put the work in on, like, hopefully correcting what this betrayal and this wishy-washy type energy is. Yeah, and we have 4 of Swords behind that, Libra energy. This is about taking a pause, taking a break. Sometimes this can be a break in the connection, like we're on a timeout right now. This is really an energy of, again, it's a 4, so it's stability. This time about the mind, the thoughts. So this would be like them trying to stabilize their thoughts, stabilize their mind, calm their mind down, and like try to take a chill and relax so they can figure out what to do moving forward from here. So that's the gist of what it looks like this is going to talk to me about here. What came out in your person's energy here for March, Virgo? Ace of Swords, 2 of Wands, the Lovers, the King of Pentacles, and the Moon. First card is always the most important energy for a person. This is the Ace of Swords for your person, Virgo. This is the sword of truth. It's the sword of victory. It's the sword of clarity. This is also the sword you make a decision with. Like the word decision, the Latin word it comes from literally means to cut off. So this is about cutting off other options until there's only one option left, which is how you make a decision. Sometimes this is the sword you use to sever a relationship with. So let's clarify this. Find out why that's the first card for Virgo's person. Please tell me more about this Ace of Swords. Thank you. Got another one here. Okay. Taking an extra card. Not uncommon for the first one. Like I said, it's the most important. Bottom of the deck. Knight of Wands. We just saw this Knight of Wands 4 cards deep in the overall energy here. Again, it's that player energy. It's that wishy-washy, in and out, back and forth, can't make up my mind, can't stay fully committed to what I say I want type of an energy. That could be why we have a severing here. Yep, the Empress is right under that. This is the mother of the tarot deck. She's perpetually pregnant, so she's always giving birth to something. In a relationship reading, she represents the birth of something new. So if we got a severing taking place, like someone manifested something here, they were putting work in on something, betrayal related, player related. I've got the player twice. This looks like the birth of a new connection that they made here. And sometimes I will say that this can represent the rebirth of a connection. If there was a severing and I've been a player, this could be me trying to rebirth the connection with you. Yeah, it might be elements of both at the same time, actually, because I have the star right behind that. That's the Aquarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. A lot of times this will represent your person having the hope that this can be healed after something like this went down and after a severing occurred. This can sometimes be an energy of someone who thinks you're the one for them. Like, this is not the universe beaming down the message that this person is the one for you. This is showing up in your person's energy, and it could be that they're thinking that you are the one for them. It could even be, though, that they did this player stuff, birthed a new connection, and that person is the one for them. So it's hard to tell yet. I don't think they actually know, because I have the Two of Swords right behind that. This is Libra energy of a decision that needs to be made, only it hasn't been made yet. Sometimes that decision hasn't been made because, like, the person's blindfolded. They may not have enough information to be able to make that decision yet, which is why they haven't made it. Sometimes this is an energy of someone who's being stubborn. Like, there's something that I need to decide between, especially if I've got two people here and I don't want to choose. It can even be someone who's got the blinders on and they're like deluding themselves, or they're in denial about something, and there's something that they know is there. They just don't want to see it. They don't want to look at it. So they're leaving the blinders on, and that's preventing a decision from being made. Hell, this could even be there's a decision that needs made and it hasn't been made because it isn't their decision anymore. Especially if we've got this betrayal happening, this player energy birthing something new. This might be your decision here about the sword. I mean, we're going from the Two of Swords here where there's an option, and now there's no more options left. So take that however it resonates for you. When I clarify this Ace of Swords, I get the Four of Cups, the Hierophant, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Four of Cups is Cancer energy. This is an energy of like not being fully emotionally content, not being fully emotionally happy with what they have right here in front of them. So much so that they're daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that they believe is going to bring them their happiness and their fulfillment. I see this like, whether this person's looking at Three Cups, the Three of Cups is about being united and celebrating, or being reunited and celebrating. So this could be this person is not happy because you guys aren't united and celebrating, and that could be the thing that they're daydreaming about and sidetracked by. I also see this a lot of times when the person has a third cup of love that they've brought into the picture, and when they're at home with you, they're not fully content and they're daydreaming about that other person. I even see this sometimes when this person is considering making a love offer to you and they just haven't done so yet because they're probably afraid of getting rejected. They've already got the sword here once, so might be afraid of that. Overall, though, they're not happy with the way things are sitting now. Next, we have the Hierophant. This is the Taurus Major Arcana card. This is a card of being committed to something bigger than themselves, being fully committed to a relationship and a relationship reading. Like, this is about being fully committed and taking things to the next level. This is usually a card that indicates, engagement, marriage, taking it to that kind of a next level. Another card that can indicate that is this Four of Wands that's right here as the overall energy. This could be a case where you guys were married or going down that path. I do have another hint out here that we'll get to later. Got the Two of Pentacles next. This is Capricorn energy. This is an energy of balance, but it's more about trying to maintain their balance once it's been thrown off, or trying to get their balance back once they've lost it. This is a 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of an energy, where it's someone it's a two, so it's a choice, and they're like going back and forth between these two things that they have to choose between, and they can't have both at the same time. They physically have to pick one, and they're weighing the options, looking at the pros and cons, like this one or that one, do I or don't I? And they're unsure and not fully decided on it yet. Another meaning to this card is it can sometimes represent this person is juggling two different people in the physical sense. If that's the case, they're doing that within a commitment, within some sort of a relationship that has stability here. Or at least it did until this occurred. The next card we have to clarify that Ace of Swords is the Page of Swords. Pages are messengers, so this is news and messages and communications about anything in general, really. This is an energy of someone who's trying to learn something. They're trying to figure something out. Sometimes this will be like doing their due diligence, researching something, studying something. This could be someone snooping around, spying on you, scoping out your social media pages, trying to figure out what's going on with you. This can even represent that someone found out about this juggling two people thing. This could be an external person that saw this and told you about it. This could just be you, like, either snooping around and uncovering this. Maybe you were just doing something simple like the laundry and you noticed there was stuff in their pants pocket and you pulled it out and it gave you some clues as to what was going on. Hell, what I'm doing right now qualifies as the Page of Swords because I'm nosying around in the energy of this person here. So we got some element here of a decision happening, probably to sever this connection. And underlying all of that is this element of I'm not happy with what I've got. And there was a commitment where I'm juggling two people, and that looks like it got found out. Second card for your person, Virgo, is the Two of Wands. This is Aries energy. This is a fork in the road. It's a crossroads for your person, probably a crossroads in their life, a crossroads in this connection. This is a decision point, and it's a decision for them about what is it that they want their world to be like. What is it that they want for their life, and which of these two paths is going to get them to the thing they want, and which path do they need to leave behind. So this is that decision point for them. Tell me about this Two of Wands, please. Get two more on this Two of Wands. What is that here? Oh, okay, we're taking extra cards. No problem. All right, that makes good sense. On the bottom of the deck, the Sun. This is Leo's major arcana card. This is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. Really hard to get a better card than this in a love reading, when that's what it means. This can also represent illumination. I'm saying that because this final card they have out here is the Moon. The Sun is the card that comes immediately after the Moon in the sequence of the major arcana. So the Moon can sometimes represent something being hidden in the dark, like a secret being kept. If that's the case, the next step is the Sun comes up, it shines its light into the darkness and exposes what was hidden in the dark. It's not dark anymore, and now you can see it for what it is. It could represent that this person had some choice, like it's a wand energy, so that's about passion, desire, sexual energy. It could represent they had a choice in that department, and that got exposed. It could represent that they have a choice to make about what actually leads them to their own happiness. I see here in this Four of Cups, they're not fully happy with what they have. Sometimes I will say that too. Sometimes I get this card for a person who has that shiny object syndrome, where there's always this new shiny toy that they want, and they're never fully happy with what they have in front of them, and they're always wanting something else, and when they get that, it's cool for a minute, but then that wears off and they want the next new thing. I see that dynamic happening a lot too. So Take that as it resonates. Right behind the Sun, Three of Wands. This is more Aries energy. So I've got the Two of Wands. That's what I'm clarifying. Now we're escalating to the 3. The overall energy of the reading is the 4. So this is a story about manifesting. Like here, the person is doing some decision about what is it that they really want for their life. Here, in this Three of Wands, that decision has already been made. They've already decided what they want. They've already decided which path they believe gets them there. They've started taking steps down the path. They're taking actions trying to create the thing that they want. This is the beginning stages of manifesting something. The problem with this energy is they have this positive expectancy that this thing that I want's going to happen, these actions that I'm taking are going to get me to where I want to be. It just hasn't happened yet. So this is an energy of waiting on that to physically materialize in this physical 3D reality that we live in. Okay, now, so they're either waiting on something related to their happiness, or something got exposed and they've already made a choice at this point, and it got exposed that they were already taking steps in that direction, trying to make it happen. When I clarified this Two of Wands, I got a couple of extra here. I got the Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, Ten of Wands, and the Fool. Very interesting. Queen of Swords, this is Libra energy. I call her she who knows the truth. This is a card that's about speaking the truth on something, and it's also about cutting off the things or the people that aren't in your best interest anymore. A lot of times I'll get this to represent the severing of a relationship. Usually there's some element of speaking truth, having a conversation about it. That's why she holds her hand out. She's offering to let someone tell their side of the story. Go ahead, speak your truth to me. The problem is she already knows the truth, so the story they tell her better match the truth that she already knows, or it's off with your head. This is the same sword that she carries, and that's their first energy. So I'm really feeling like this was the severing of the connection. Probably had a discussion that ended poorly. Next, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. This is singles energy. It's a step backwards from the Ten of Pentacles that we all want, that maximum stability, abundance, prosperity. Ten of Pentacles is about like combining your lives together, building a life together. And you usually get that for people that are living together or married or are going down that path at the very least. This is a step back from that. This is physically single. This is like with you or without you. I can do this on my own. I don't physically need you to take care of me. I don't need you to financially take care of me. I can do that. This doesn't represent that your person wants to be single necessarily. It doesn't even always represent that they are physically single, especially when I see this idea of I'm in a commitment here and I'm not fully happy and I can't get this other person out of my head and I'm juggling two people. And I got a choice to make, and then there's this severing of the connection, probably because you found out the truth. This can just represent that your person wasn't single, but they were presenting themselves in the physical world as if they were single. It's sitting right next to this Hierophant card, this being in a committed connection here. Those two things don't really go together all that well. Kind of hard to be in a committed relationship and physically single at the same time. That gets backed up here by this King of Swords. This is either Aquarius or Gemini energy. This is a decision-making energy, and it's a person who makes their decisions like completely emotionally detached. They don't consult their emotions or their intuition when they choose and decide things. This is someone who's looking at the truth and the facts of the matter, what's right in front of me, what can I see, what can I verify with my own eyes, and I'm going to make my decision based on that. This is like logic, reason, analytics, common sense. Like it's looking at things like that and not consulting their emotions. This can be a person who to you probably feels like they're emotionally distant or emotionally detached. Sometimes this kind of a person can feel cold and calculated type of a decision maker. It's laying here on the table like this with the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Swords. So typically, when you get a king and a queen of the same suit, like cups, wands, pentacles, that's usually two cards that are supposed to be together, represents two people that are supposed to be together, at least in terms of the way the person I'm reading feels about that. It doesn't ever mean that it's like God or the universe saying you're supposed to be with them. It usually just represents that in that person's energy, that's how they feel. It's not that way with the Queen and King of Swords. This is two people that used to be together. This represents a couple that used to be together that isn't together anymore. And with this singles energy right between them, that's verifying that for me again. And the King of Swords is laying right beside this Two of Pentacles, this idea of having a decision and I can't make my mind up about it, and I've got two options and I can't have them both, and I'm trying to decide here. It looks like that decision basically got made for them because they weren't choosing. Next we have this Ten of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. It's a heavy burden that your person is carrying here. Now it is a 10, and in tarot 10s are completions, so this is supposed to be the completion of a heavy burden. In other words, it's supposed to be this spot where they can lay this burden down and move on without it. I think they have a burden here because they know that they had to make a choice, or they know they have to make a choice, and they weren't making the choice, and then it looks like now somebody found out about it, and that's causing a problem for them. The final clarifier for this decision that they have to make about what they actually want is the Fool. This is card 0 of the major arcana. This represents taking the blind leap of faith on something, like not needing to know what all the steps are before I take the first step. I don't need to know what the end result is going to be before I take the first step. This is that energy of like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to leap off this cliff and I will worry about how to grow wings on my way down. Like, this is a lot of times can represent foolish behavior, poorly thought out decisions, like taking unnecessary risks, taking risks outside the connection. Central to your person's energy, Virgo, is the Gemini major arcana card, the Lovers. This represents a powerful connection between two people, sure, but a long time ago, before this card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So oftentimes it represents a choice in the connection or a choice between more than one lover. This really at its core is about the interconnectedness between people. It's not so much about a relationship as much as it is that this person can't make decisions in their life without those decisions also affecting you, vice versa. Everything that we do affects all the people that we're connected to, and like big surprise, even though the world's large, we're all connected in some way. So this represents that kind of a thing. It can also represent, like I said, a choice about this connection or a choice between lovers. And I'm seeing choice all over the place. Their first card is the sword you make a decision with. And in that column is a choice between two physical things I can't have both of. Their second card starts off with this decision about what is it that I actually want. And now we're looking at a choice either about your connection with them or about their connection with another person, and which one do I want? Tell me about the Lovers, please. Why is that here? Central to Virgo's person's energy. Thank you. Well, bottom of the deck, the Star. This is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. Like I said, this is a card of hope. It's a card of healing. It's even a card that can indicate that this person is believing either you are the one for them or this other person is the one for them. I can't tell yet. The Empress. Okay, this is getting a little crazy here. This is the birth of something new. Having the hope that I can birth something new, but it also feels like I'm having the hope that I can rebirth this with you too. Why am I getting the feeling that this is a person who didn't want to choose? Like they were probably quite content with having you and this other person at the same time. That's what it's feeling like to me. And it looks like something got found out and that choice was made for them. And I don't really think they're liking that choice. And now they're having the hope that things can be healed. Yeah, there's player energy in the background again. This feels like somebody who comes rushing in and tells you everything you want to hear to try and get what they want. And then they go somewhere else and tell that person everything they want to hear to get what they want there too. And they like playing this back and forth bullshit. What's getting crazy is I'm clarifying the Lovers. which is a major arcana card. I've got a major arcana on the bottom. The card right below that is also a major arcana card. And when I clarified the Lovers, I get Judgment, the Tower, and Temperance, all three of which are also major arcana cards. So I've got 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards right here down the center of their energy. That's powerful energy that's affecting them. We all have free will, and with these minor arcana cards like this 10 of Wands, like we have a lot more ability to exercise our free will on these types of energies. We got a lot less ability to exercise free will when you got like 6 major arcana cards right here all affecting you at the same time, or your person does anyway, I should say. This Judgment card is a final decision being made. It's about passing a final verdict and judgment in a relationship. This is usually calling the relationship dead and over with. I'm passing judgment on it. It's dead. It's sitting right beside the Queen of Swords, which is the severing of the thing. I'm speaking my truth and I'm cutting this off. It looks like their choice was made for them. Now, the other meaning to judgment, you can see this angel is playing on a horn, and she's calling the dead back to life. She's raising the dead, resurrecting something here. So this can be a reconciliation energy in the sense of it could be a decision, even though judgment has been passed on it. This could be them trying to like pass the other judgment and bring it back to life. I don't see that that's happening. I see that they have the hope that that could be happening. But I do have the Tower next. This is the collapse of some important structure in your person's life. This is like foundation rocking event. Like once this happens, everything's different than it was the day before. It's not the same as it was yesterday after this point. Sometimes this will represent the collapse of the relationship between the two of you. Sometimes this will represent the collapse of a belief system, like this mental model of the world they were operating from, where they believed things were a certain way, and then this happens, and now that belief shatters, and I don't know what to do moving forward from here. I'm saying what collapsed here is the commitment between the two of you, because in this row, I got that 9 of Pentacles, that now I'm physically single and by myself energy, and the Hierophant. That's that committed relationship that we're taking to the next level and fully committed to it. And there's a collapse of that. This looks like game changer in terms of now I'm physically by myself, and there's Queen and King of Swords, like the people that used to be together. Next, I have Temperance, the Sagittarius major arcana card. This is a card of patience. It's about blending two things together to make something new. It can be about like trying to rebalance something when the balance is like way out of whack here. Like think about making a cup of coffee, and while you're putting the sugar in, you're daydreaming about something, and before you realize it, you've put double the sugar in you normally would, and when you take a drink, it's like, oh, it's too sweet. I can't drink that. To fix that, you got to pour some of that over sweetened coffee out and pour some new coffee in it and experiment with it, and like keep doing that until you get it just right. And that's kind of what this energy is about. It's about being patient, making adjustments to things, trying to blend it together. It can also be reconciliation energy like Judgment can. In tarot, water represents love and emotions, and here the water, the love, has been separated into two different cups, and this angel is mixing it back together, trying to recombine it. I think they're in their head about that. They're doing some thinking about that and making decisions, probably being patient. But if this really feels like a person who's making decisions not based on how they feel, but based on what's in front of them, like calculated, and that's related to this 2 of Pentacles, this juggling two people. This looks like somebody who's like, I wanted it both, and then you cut me off because you figured out my bullshit. And now that's changed everything, and I'm not really cool with that, and I would like to fix this between us so I can get back to this juggling two people routine. King of Pentacles is next for them. This is either Virgo or Taurus energy. This is usually like a husband type of an energy here. This is we've referenced the 10 of Pentacles when I told you about the 9 of Pentacles. Well, the 10 of Pentacles gets built by the King and the Queen of Pentacles. I've got the King out here. I don't have the Queen yet. This would be like husband energy, provider, father. Like this would be the person who's building a life around you or with you. Can sometimes be a business owner or a person who's like, financially secure and stable. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. Why is that here? Okay, tell me here. Says alright. On the bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. Aries energy again, we've already seen this. It's that energy of being at the beginning stages of manifesting what it is that they want, having chosen the path that they think gets them to what they want, and they're taking actions on it. And the thing they want, they believe is going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. They're waiting on it. What it looks like they're waiting on is the other half of the equation. I just referenced that. I've got the King of Pentacles. That would be like husband. Queen of Pentacles would be wife energy. It's Capricorn energy. These are the two people that build the Ten of Pentacles together. It's about combining lives together. And it looks like they're waiting on you, or they're waiting on this person that they view as their other half. When I clarified this King of Pentacles, very first clarifier, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the Emperor. Ten of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is most people's goal in the physical reality. It's that combining together of lives, building a life together. I see this when people move in together, when they're living together, when they're married. I've got basically every card out here that could tell me someone is married. I've got the Hierophant, I've got the Four of Wands, I've got the King and the Queen of Pentacles, I've got the Ten of Pentacles. Now granted, Queen of Pentacles is actually buried underneath this waiting idea. Oh, I didn't go far enough. I've got the Hanged Man right behind that. Progress being halted, no forward movement with you happening, things are stuck, not progressing. Probably because I got this Two of Cups, this choice about the connection, or a choice between more than one lover here. Either that got exposed. Yeah, I think that got exposed. I've got Nine of Swords right behind that. Fear, worry, anxiety, not wanting to face the situation that I'm in. I see this a lot when somebody's done something they shouldn't have done, and now they're worried it's going to come out. And worried now about their happiness because they screwed up and halted all progress here. There's definitely been a judgment passed on this concept of the two of you combining lives together, and it looks to me like you're the one that passed that judgment and was like, off with your head, homie. Ten of Cups is next. Like, this is crazy because like when I do personal readings for people, like there are definitely some people that want the truth and they want to know what's really going on. There are also a handful of people that aren't interested in the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear, and they look to me to tell them what they want to hear, which is not something I do. And if they watched me here on YouTube, they would know I'm telling you the truth, whether you like it or not, whether you want to hear it or you don't. Doesn't matter. It's my job to get you the truth, not sugarcoat dog turds and put sprinkles on them and tell you that they're awesome when they're not. If people could slide me extra money to make sure that what they wanted to see came out, this is it right here. Like these three cards, the Hierophant, like this is what people would pay extra to make sure these cards come out in the reading. And you've got, your person has all of them here, but this Ten of Cups is like, it's right here beside the Tower. Like this is the collapse of something. Okay, I'm getting yelled at. Pisces energy. This is most people's goal in love and relationships. This is the combining together of two people emotionally, where you're together, fully in love with each other, you're pouring yourselves into each other, and everyone's fully in love, fully happy. This is like the happy fairy tale romance that we all want, the happily ever after, that happy fairy tale ending that we all want. There is a negative side to this card that most readers don't tell you about, and it is that fairy tale component, because we all want this so badly, and we all want to believe that the relationship I'm in is this happily ever after that I've always wanted. We want to believe that this person is the one. And we want that so bad that we will delude ourselves. We'll lie to ourselves. We'll ignore things that are red flags that are just bitch slapping us in the face. And we don't want to see that, because if that red flag is true, then this can't be true. If all this stuff that I've been sweeping under the rug and pretending like that wasn't going on, if any of that's true, this can't be true. Which gets a lot of people into trouble by falsely believing that this is what they want, and that this is the one for them. That card is sitting right beside the Tower. And like I said, that Tower can represent the collapse of the relationship, sure. But a lot of times it will represent the collapse of a belief system, like this mental model that they're operating from. If you're operating from the mental model that this is the happily ever after, that happy fairy tale thing you've always dreamed of, this is the collapse of that belief. This is something happens that shatters that belief right in front of your eyes, and you don't believe that anymore. At least not the same way. Next, I have the Aries Major Arcana card, the Emperor. This is a control energy. It's about taking control, taking charge of a situation, putting together like the plan to get what they want, and then executing the plan to get what they want. This is somebody who takes charge of stuff. They call the shots, they make the rules, they set the boundaries in place. This is taking control of something here. I think their way of taking control of it is to try to balance it back out. But this is also someone who is taking control by blending themselves together with someone else. I mean, in that same row, I've got that juggling two people type of an energy, and this very cold, cunning, calculated type of a person here that's emotionally detached and not making decisions based on emotions. They're making decisions based on what's in front of them. Final card in your person's energy for March, Virgo, the Moon. This is Pisces energy of fear, worry, anxiety, usually from uncertainty. Like when the moon's out, it's dark outside. It's really hard to see the full path in front of you. Sometimes you can't see the path in front of you, and it's hard to tell, am I going in the right direction? Am I still on the right path? Was this even the right path for me to begin with? And that level of uncertainty can cause fear, worry, and anxiety in someone. The negative side of this card is it can also represent something being hidden in the dark or some secret being kept, which I feel like that is what this is talking about, because we've seen the Sun a couple of times. There's definitely another person involved. There's definitely been a severing and a judgment passed. The Tower has come down. Tell me about the Moon, please. Why is the Moon the final card? Virgo's person's energy for March 2024. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. Like I said, mother of the tarot deck, she represents the birth of something new. That's the secret. This could even be a case that you found out some shady stuff was going on and severed this, and now that has progressed for them, and they've gone deeper in terms of birthing this new thing, and they're keeping that hidden from you because they're trying to get the stability back and put the work in on this. But there is definitely betrayal and player energy hiding in the background here. This feels like a person who is still not being honest with you. Right behind the Empress is that Aquarius Major Arcana card, the Star. Like I have the birth of something new, and I feel like that person might be the one for me. But at the same time, I can't shake the feeling that this person is also having the hope that they can rebirth this connection with you too. Queen of Cups. Yeah, I got getting ahead of myself, but I got two queens in their energy in this column. Birth of something new. This would be Cancer energy. It could be a feminine water sign. It could just represent a person that they have love and emotions for, and that person also has love and emotions for them and is actively trying to pour love and emotions into your person, and they're keeping that secret. And there's a lid on top of the cup here. which normally to me represents that this person has been hurt and they're somewhat guarded with their emotions. They keep a lid on their emotions to not let their emotions get contaminated. They don't want to be emotionally hurt. That could just as easily represent that I have all this love for, that someone has all this love for your person and they're trying to keep a lid on that and keep that secret, not let that be known. Man, when I clarify this moon card, this secret, I get the 8 of Wands, 4 of Swords. Here's that other queen, the Queen of Wands. So part of this secret is 2 Wands cards. The wand is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. It represents the male you-know-what, and using that to be intimate, sexual energy, sex. I've got a lot of passion and desire right here. The 8 of Wands is the second fastest moving energy in the whole deck. The only thing faster than this is the Chariot. This is like either rapid back and forth passionate communications happening. This can be rapid forward movement, rapid progress on something that your person has a lot of passion and desire for. This can even represent that there's a whole lot of energy coming at them all at one time. It's like too much to handle all at once. It can be like really overwhelming feeling. I can see that, like if I'm not happy and I'm daydreaming about this other person and then you cut me off and call this relationship dead even though we were either married or living together or going down that path, yeah, that would probably be a lot to process. That would probably cause fear, worry, and anxiety because now I have all this uncertainty about everything where it was relatively certain before, minus the secret I was keeping. This is looking like it came out. Next I have the 4 of Swords, Libra energy. We've already seen this once. It's taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. It can be a break in the connection. This is sometimes an energy of healing. It's about a person going inside themselves trying to heal something or trying to stabilize their mind and calm their thoughts down, quiet the chatter in their head so they can like figure out what to do here as they move forward. Could be that they're overwhelmed and they're trying to calm themselves down because this commitment has collapsed and now they're single when they weren't, and this belief system for you about the 10 of Cups is like you don't really believe their bullshit the same way that you used to believe their bullshit, and they're trying to figure out how to accommodate this. Queen of Wands. This is either Aries or Leo energy. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows exactly what she wants. She doesn't take no for an answer. This is the person that goes and gets what she wants, period. Sometimes this, can represent a drama queen type of an energy. It's definitely the person that the other person is. It starts off this row with juggling 2 people and trying to be very like cold and calculated about that, and this is screaming like I'm trying to blend myself together with 2 different people here, and I'm trying to control everything. And like, notice how big the Emperor's throne is. Like, you can't see anything behind him. And a lot of times that gives me the feeling of like, look, whatever's going on back here, that's none of your concern. That's my business. You don't need to see that. And it's in this, the thing you don't need to see is this other person that I view as sexy and vivacious and I have all this attraction and desire for. You don't need to see that. And in fact, she's the last card in the column about the secret that they're keeping from you and the birth of something new here. There's definitely a person that's not on the up and up with you. When I look at these rows, the first row that doesn't make a complete row is this Page of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, like trying to figure out what to do about this burden or being burdened because someone saw what happened and figured out what happened. And then I've got a card all by itself, the Fool, like taking that blind leap of faith. It is card 0, which is the very first card of the major arcana. It's the first card of the whole tarot deck. So this is a new beginning, and it's something that they probably leaped before they looked on, probably took risks outside of this connection. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Virgo love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation, and I'll see you in the next video.